All right, welcome back to the NSAA State Baseball Championships from Werner Park, home of the Omaha Storm Chasers here on Old Red. This game is brought to you by Star Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Fairbury, Chapel Roofing in Fairbury, Riverside Chevrolet in Fairbury, Jefferson Community Health and Life in Fairbury, and Members Owned Credit Union in Beatrice and Lincoln. If you're just tuning in, 7-6 Norris leads it over Gretna East in the top of the 6th inning. 2 more innings to go, at least, in the state championship. We've already had a walk-off, like I mentioned earlier. Malcolm in Class C walking off Mount Michael Benedictine to win the Class C title. But we have another historic moment here in the Class B title game. It's time to find out here. Start of the 6th inning is a pitch down in the dirt here from Porter Dutter, delivering it to Tanner Erdkamp, who was 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded into a double play in the second, grounded out to short in the 4th. Second pitch has a high fly ball to left field. Jordan Monroe loses his cap, but he makes the catch out in left center for the first out. Good start there for Norris. They really needed that. I'm sure, this has been a game of momentum swings. Norris having all the momentum in the first 2 innings, but Gretna East having the momentums in innings 3 through 5. Now it seems like Norris has a little bit of momentum here in the 6th after regaining the lead. Here's Colton Nicholson, 1 for 2. Scored a run off a single in the 3rd. Porter Dutter just trying to keep his team in the lead. First pitch from Dutter down in the dirt and actually goes by Alex Small. Luckily for Norris, there's nobody on. It would have been a wild pitch, though, if that one, or if there were runners on, I should say. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Fanned on and missed by Nicholson. Seth Craigle is on deck. Craigle is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Sacrifice bunt as well back in the 3rd. Quick pitch, ground ball straight to 3rd. Krumuller's got it, flips it across the diamond for the 2nd out. And quickly here for Porter Dutter after a really rough 5th inning where he gave up 3 runs. All of a sudden, there's 2 down immediately for Norris. Here's Seth Craigle. Like I mentioned, 0 for 1, the righty. Alex Small gives a clap of approval to his infield, the catcher, trying to will his team on to get through this inning. First pitch fouled off the back netting, and it's 0-1. This is really starting to get down to the nitty-gritty parts of this game. Top of the 6th, and 4 more outs for Norris to get for a championship. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball straight back to center. Goes past Dutter. Cale Fountain's got it. Has trouble transitioning from his glove to his hand. It's going to be a base hit, though, for Craigle. And there's a runner on with 2 down for Gretna East. I'm sure you could hear the crowd and realize how important that base hit is to keep this inning going and still apply the pressure on Dutter. They wouldn't want to give him a 1-2-3 inning. I'm looking over at the Norris bullpen right now, and I don't see any action. So I'm sure that Norris should probably warm up at least 1 pitcher to at least, if Dutter struggles in either this inning or the 7th, to potentially have a backup. So here's Tyler Cox. Pitch down in the dirt, 1-0. This is the guy for Norris that you really, really, really want to look out for. He's 3 for 3 in the game with 3 singles and has scored a run as well. This guy is automatic at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 7-6 Norris. And a pitch down the heart of the plate at the belt of Cox is a 1-1 count for a strike. Tyler and Trevor, the brothers, incredible jobs in their respective departments. That one curves in there on the outside edge of the strike zone for strike 2. Tyler Cox did not agree with the call. He shook his head. But it's 1-2. Dutter trying to make it out of this inning unscathed. Runner on first. 1-2. Dutter checks on first. The pitch. And that one's cracked into shallow center, and a 4th single of the game for Tyler Cox. Unbelievable game from him. I think it's safe to say who is the player of the game for Gretna East at the moment. It's got to be Tyler Cox. But like I said, the Tyler and Trevor the Cox brothers, are doing incredible jobs. Trevor on the mound with 6 strikeouts, or I should say 7 strikeouts, and his brother Tyler at the plate with 4 base hits. So here is Easton Leahy, and this is starting to get a little interesting here for Norris in this inning. Check swing, he went down in the dirt, Leahy, for a 0-1 count. Leahy is 0 for 2 in the game, but sacrificed fly back in the third, ground out in the first off a bunt, but walked in the fifth, and he stole a base and scored a run. He's down 0-1 in the count with runners on first and second for the Griffins. No balls and a strike. The pitch outside to the righty, ball 1. This is everything we could have wanted and more from a state championship game. And it looked dire for Gretna East at the beginning, down 5-0 in the first. 1-1. Pitch, curveball in there. Just a ball, though. Just a tad inside for ball 2. 2-1. Appreciate all of you joining us on Ole Red 99.5. Final game of the high school season for Ole Red sports coverage. The 2-1. Down in the dirt, 3-1 hitters count. And now Dutter has got to look out because you pitch a fastball. This could be hit and could score the game-tying run from second. If you throw a ball, though, outside, could be a walk that would load the bases. This might be one of the biggest pitches of the game to date. Porter Dutter, the 3-1 with 2 outs. Delivers. Ground ball right down the third baseline and fair. This is going to score a run from second base. 1 run scores. Staying at third base is going to be Tyler Cox. It is a RBI double for Easton Leahy. 7-7. When does the excitement end? Seth Craigle scores from second, and we have a tie game. That was hit right down the third baseline, right by the glove of Krummoller, and nearly impossible to get. And that'll do it for Porter Dutter. Porter Dutter's day ends. Not the day he wanted compared to his game against Waverly. Tie game at 7-7. We will see who comes into the game for Norris when we return. Incredible game. 7-7. 8 hits to 8 hits. 4 errors to 2 errors. And we have more in store. Only the top of the 6th here from Warner Park. We'll be back after this on Ole Red. All right, welcome back to the NSA State Baseball Tournament. Porter Dutter's day is done. 7-7 is the score. We have a lot of defensive substitutions. I'm trying to get all of them. All right. Trying to figure out what's going on here. So let's see. As I'm writing this down, excuse me. So Krummoller will be the new pitcher for Norris. He was a starter on Monday against Waverly. He will come in from third base. Alex Small will move from catcher to third, and Logan Michael will move from right field to catcher. Now I'm just waiting to see who the right fielder is. I apologize. I think there's a chance it could be Brody Hoover. But don't quote me on that one. We will have a right fielder to be determined at the moment. I see him standing out there. The right fielder is to be determined at the moment, but I know for a fact that Alex Small is at third base. Logan Michaels behind the plate, and Krummoller will pitch for Norris. This is the biggest out of the game so far because Nolan Green comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the game, but he did draw a walk and scored a run in the 5th. And excuse me, actually, Gretna East is going to have a change here. Nolan Green will no longer be batting. This is going to be number 13, Chase Neneman. He'll come up to the plate for the first time today. Going up against Moeller. First pitch, inside and high, ball 1. Now you got a tough chance here for Moeller. You got 2 outs, so you're in a good position, but you also got runners on second and third, so you don't want to give up a base hit. You also don't want to give up a walk because that would load the bases. Top of the 6th, 7-7. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off the back netting. 1-1. Wow, how the tables have turned since that bottom of the first inning when Norris jumped out quickly to a 5-0 lead. 7-2, Gretna East has outscored Norris since then. They tie the game at 7. Chase Neneman trying to deliver the 1-1. Down in the dirt, 2-1. Neneman played for the Omaha Tigers youth team. Has one of the fastest fastballs of any freshman in the Nebraska preseasons with 79 miles an hour. He'll be batting this time, though. He's just a freshman. A lot of weight on his shoulders. The 2-1 from Moeller. And just above the belt, 3-1. So this is a massive pitch. You wonder here what Moeller would do. Would he attack, try to catch the freshman by surprise, or would he go and try to get him to swing and miss? Gretna East fan trying to get loud. The pitch, 3-1. Pop high in the air. Bryce Fountain in foul territory. Can he make the catch? He does! Bryce Fountain makes the catch in foul territory. An enormous play by Crew Moeller. And runners are stranded on second and third base for Gretna East. But a run is scored off of an RBI for Easton Lady. 7-7, going to the bottom of the 6th. We have quite the ball game on our hands here in the state championship game. We'll be back after this on All Red. Welcome back to the NSAA Class B state championship game from Warner Park in Omaha. This game's been going on for almost 2 hours now, and all 2 hours have brought some crazy moments. 7-7 as we lead off the bottom of the 6th. It's Alex Small. Takes a strike from Trevor Cox, who's still out on the mound. Boy, has this kid absolutely found his rhythm. Pitches one down and out to Small, and it's 1-1. Trevor Cox, man, it's between him and his brother Tyler on who's the player of the game for Gretna East at this point, but man, they both had good games. The 1-1 is fouled by Alex Small. Is this going to stay in play? It will, but Colton Nicholson, the first baseman's not able to run to it in time, and it's foul. That was close, but the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Can't even imagine the pressure that these kids feel. Alex Small is just a sophomore, but he does have situations like this before. He did play in the basketball state championship game back in March on the Norris basketball team. Takes one down in the dirt, 2-2. He did play against Scott Catholic. Unfortunately, Norris lost that game. He's been in these situations before, so he'll be hoping he can deliver this time in a 7-7 game. The 2-2. Oh, he got him. Oh, wow. Just a tad low. 3-2. Phenomenal eye by Alex Small to stay alive in that count. Full count for Small. He is 1 for 2 in the game. The 3-2. Small cracks one down the right field foul line and will stay foul and jump into the stands over by a youth team that I see sitting over there. That's cool. I'm sure there's a lot of youth teams here attending these high school championships, just like they do in the College World Series, which will be in Omaha in about a month, right here in Omaha. What a time that'll be. Full count pitch here on the way, 3-2. Just a tad outside, and Alex Small pounds his chest as he's drawn a full count walk. Great start to the inning for Norris. If they take the lead in this inning, they would put the pressure on Gretna East in the top of the 7th in the final inning of the state championship with only 3 outs remaining. That's if they take the lead. If they don't, we would have a full 7th inning, no matter what happens. Now here's Logan Michael, leadoff man in the order. Runners on first with no outs. Let's see what Sean Bartholomew has in store here. He did talk to Michael, who's at the plate, and then Cale Fountain, who's on deck. I don't know if he said maybe to sacrifice bunt here to advance Alex Small to second base. We'll see. Now, Alex Small did have Kyson Gaina come in for him as a pinch runner back in the 4th inning. Not this time, though. First pitch. Oh, they show bunt. Logan Michael gets hit. He gets hit by pitch. Trevor Cox puts his hands on his head. I'm sure he feels bad about hitting him, but he also feels bad about giving up 2 base runners with no outs. What's going on here? Alex Small is coming off. Kyson Gaina is on. All right, we're going to get a mound visit here for Gretna East. So that's what's going on here. Alex Small will be replaced, I believe. Actually, no, I think Logan Michael, will be replaced by Kyson Gaina, pinch runner. And that'll be that for Trevor Cox. Absolutely incredible game by Trevor Cox. I think it's safe to say he might be the player of the game for Gretna East, win or lose today. But he comes off with 7 strikeouts, only 2 walks, and an incredible performance from Trevor Cox, who comes out having pitched incredible game. Tanner Erdkamp will be the next pitcher for Gretna East when we return on All Red. All right, welcome back to the NSAA State Baseball Tournament. New pitcher on the mound for Gretna East, and it looks like it's going to be Jensen Albers. So Jensen Albers, who was playing out in center field initially, will come into the game to pitch, or I should say is moving up. Karen Baswell will move from right field to center. Playing in right field now for Baswell is Tanner Erdkamp, who originally played third base, and now playing at third base is Trevor Cox, who originally was the pitcher. So a lot of craziness going on in the infield and the outfield, but when it's all said and done, Jensen Albers is the pitcher right now for Gretna East. By the way, for just joining us, what an absolutely incredible game we've had in the state championship. And the first one, the Class C title game, was just as good. It was a walk-off single to win the championship for Malcolm over Mount Michael Benedictine. So we're getting something similar like this here in this game as well in Class B. And we still have one more to come. Not on All Red, but here at Werner Park, there's still Lincoln East against Millard West in the Class A title game starting at 7 p.m. All right, 2 runners on. Kyson Gaina is going to pinch run for Logan Michael, standing at first base. Meanwhile, Alex Small is at second base with no outs. And here is the LSU Tiger, K.O. Fountain, and he hasn't had an at-bat bigger than this in his career yet. He could give his team the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning of the state championship game if he can get a base hit. Biggest at-bat of the game, it seems, so far. And Fountain swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Jensen Albers, 3-1-1 record, 1.75 ERA on the season, coming in a massive point in the game. No balls and a strike. Runners on first and second. The pitch. Fountain, high fly ball into left center. This is going to stay up, so it's going to be caught. Caught there by Karen Baswell for the first out, who just went to center field, and there's one down, and the runners will not advance. Oh, man, K.O. Fountain has had an amazing season, but that is a case of bad luck because the wind held that one up in the air. I've been mentioning how there's wind gusts in this game, and the wind was a big factor on that one. So here's Jordan Monroe, the lefty, digs in, and now he has a chance to deliver when it matters most. Runners on first and second. The first pitch, down in the dirt, 1-0. Jordan Monroe scored a walk-off single against the number 1 team in the state last season, which was Elkhorn North on May 1st. He has a chance to give his team the lead here in the state title game a year later. The 1-0 pitch is in there, down the chute for strike 1. A ball and a strike and an out. 7-7 is the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second. Now Alex Small has speed. He will take off and try to score if anyone's hit into the outfield. The 1-1. Fouled off. 1-2. You just cannot write a better script than this. One team has made it to 5 state title games in 10 years, hasn't been able to win one, won a state title in 2013. The other team in their first season as a program got a bunch of transfers from Gretna High and has become something, I should say, of a miracle season right now. The 1-2 on the way. This one's cracked to center field and deep. Alex Small is going to tag. It goes over the head of Karen Boswell, at the wall. Alex Small rounding third base. He's home. He scores. Norris leads it. Unbelievable. Jordan Monroe, it looked like a routine fly ball for Karen Boswell, and the wind pushed it right over his head. The wind makes up for itself when it kept Cale Fountain's ball right up in the air for the out. It pushes the ball over the head of Karen Boswell, and Norris is up 8-7. Unbelievable game. First pitch here to the next man up, Crew Moeller, who will come out most likely in the top of the seventh and try to finish the job on the mound. He has runners on second and third with one out. Moeller grounds one to third. It's picked up by Trevor Cox, thrown to first, and the play is made. The runners stay put. So the runners do stay put. Like I said, Moeller grounds out to third. There's two down with runners on third and second. I wanted to mention that it was not Alex Small who scored. He did get on base, though, so you cannot be upset about that. It was actually Austin Holt who scored to put Norris in the lead. How about that? Austin Holt puts his team in the lead. First pitch here to Logan White as a strike. White is 1 for 3 in the game, has struck out in back-to-back at-bats now, but he doubled and scored a run in the first. The 0-1. Skips up in the dirt. Good job by Carson Herman, the catcher. Make sure that one didn't go past him and score a run off a wild pitch. Austin Holt, by the way, has a brother that's committed to UN Kearney. And what a job by him. Comes in as a pinch runner for Alex Small and scores a run. Now, he had to tag up because he thought it was going to be caught by Boswell in center, but it wasn't. Here's the 1-1. High and away, 2-1. On deck, if it gets to that point, is Brody Hoover. And how would that be? Didn't play a lick of varsity ball until this year, and he comes up maybe with a chance to ice it. Check swing, but it's at the knees, 2-2. And here we go. Another pitch that could turn the tide of a ball game. In a ball game like this, it means so much. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Norris up 8-7, bottom of the 6th. Alberts winds up, delivers. Just low. Once again, Carson Herman made it seem like that was a strikeout, and this time I personally did not fall for the bait. Full count, though, 3-2. Now this gets interesting because a walk here would load the bases for Brody Hoover. Fans getting loud here. The pitch, 3-2. Down in the dirt. And a full count walk for Logan White loads the bases. Brody Hoover. What a story for this kid. Got his first varsity hit of his career against Beatrice earlier in the season. Said it lit a fire in him. Said he has nothing to lose. And now he has a chance with the bases loaded to make a huge play. Hoover takes a curveball in there for strike 1. I talked to this kid. He's a good kid. Pitch down and away, 1-1. Coach Bartholomew said he's a high-energy kid. He'll do anything you ask him to do, and he'll play any position you want. He's trying to get a huge hit here, 1-1. Hoover grounds one through the hole. Hoover's got it. Brody Hoover with a base hit. This is going to score 2 runs. Brody Hoover was a JV guy last season, but when he got the chance to make the big plays in the varsity level, he rose to the occasion, and Norris is up 10-7. Brody Hoover with a 2-run RBI single. Logan White stands on second. Logan Michael and Jordan Monroe score. 10-7 Norris with 2 outs. And here's John Hood. Hood takes the first pitch down low. Now, as a Norris fan and as a broadcaster, I have to be neutral, but I don't care if it's a 3-run lead or a 7-run lead. This game is not over yet. Norris has to put more runs on the board here. And they might have gotten one. A high fly ball to left center. Curran Baswell's on the run. It goes through. Baswell can't make the catch. Scoring from third base is Logan White. Scoring from first base is Brody Hoover. Getting to third base is John Hood. Norris. Can their dreams become a reality? 12-7 Titans in the 6th inning. 3 outs away from finally getting a gold trophy and winning the state title. John Hood with a 2-run RBI triple has blown this game wide open. And Sean Bartholomew is the first one to give him a big hug over there at third base. There's a hit. Oh, so the first pitch to Bryce Fountain after all that is hit straight back to center, and Jensen Albert makes the catch. But Norris has done it. They've done the job. Can they finish the job? 12-7, a 5-run lead with 3 outs. That's all they need to win the state title. Can they do it? We'll find out next on All Red.